Don't be nervous. It's going to be okay, birdie. Birdie, 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 birdie. And voila, we have a bird. Hey, this is Tony from the Colorado Barbecue Boys. Well, today is Thanksgiving, and we all get loved ones together, we get family together, we get people who we want to spend today and just be thankful for just having them and being here and everything we have and having contentment. Today, we're gonna do turkey. We're not gonna do ham. We're gonna do Cornish game hens. And game hens are really neat because I think they're way underrated. The good thing about a Cornish game hen, there's not a lot of waste. You can split it pretty much easier. The fun thing is they're not expensive. They're available year round, and everyone gets their own little chicken. Kind of like medieval times. But anyhow, we're gonna make a simple stuffing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Cornish game hen, I'm gonna stuff it and put it on the rotisserie on the Searwood on my Weber smoker. What I like about the Weber is we're gonna give it some smoke for about an hour, get that infused, then jack up the heat, put it on the rotisserie, take the drippings. We'll take the drippings and make a gravy out of that, but also at the same time, it'll crisp the skin. And that's what I love about that Searwood is we can play with the temperatures and jack it up. On a normal smoker, and if you have an offset like I do, I have two of them, the hardest thing to do, people say brisket, yeah, that is hard, but chicken. Chicken's really hard because you get that chewy skin, and it's really hard to do, especially when you cook it low and slow. So on the Weber Searwood, we're gonna cook it low and slow, and then we're gonna jack up the heat, crisp that skin. It's gonna be really, really good. But the one thing I do highly recommend that you do in the beginning is brine your bird. So again, I'm keeping everything very simple, very easy. So what I did was I got a brine here, a turkey brine. Got this at the local Costco and followed the instructions, put a brine together. And what the brine does, it's really all salt-based. You probably get some flavors that are gonna be infused with this, like the juniper berries, the peppercorns, the orange rind that's in here, but really it's pulling in that salt into the bird so it retains a lot of water. Good things that come out of brine is you don't lose a lot of your protein and you don't lose a lot of waste, and it's very forgiving. It doesn't really come out dry. That's why I really like brining almost everything I do when it comes to poultry. Turkey, chicken, Cornish game hens, even chicken wings. Before I put them on the smoker or even when I put them in the fryer, I always brine them. But anyhow, follow the instructions on your brine, leave it in overnight for about 24 hours. Let that penetrate, get in there. That's pretty simple to do. Follow the instructions on your brine, put it in a Tupperware container, seal it, put your Cornish game hen in there, and be done. And also what I'm gonna do is take just a stovetop stuffing. Yeah, you can make your own cornbread, you can make your own bread, you can dice that up and do that if you want. That's great, that also works. But this kind of brings back childhood memories. We weren't very rich, and we had stovetop was just a real treat, and it brings back a lot of memories. But we're gonna kick it up a lot. We're gonna put celery, we're gonna put some shallots, we're gonna put a sweet onion, some garlic, rosemary, some Italian sausage, and also what we're gonna do is put a local apple. This is a sweet 16 apple, add a little savory, a little sweet to that. And then we're gonna truss it, stuff it, truss it, and throw it on the smoker. But I'm also making enough too so I can have some on the side because I really enjoy stuffing. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dice up the vegetables. I'm not gonna bore you with that, how to dice all this up, but I will show you the final product as we dice everything up. But really what you wanna do is not too big of a chunk. So you want enough chunks to fit on your fork and put in your mouth and kind of incorporate everything so everything kind of cooks at the same time. That is most important. Apples, not too big, not too chunky. I like the skin on, people like to take the skin off. It's up to you. Okay, everybody, we just got our stuff chopped up. It didn't take long at all. Again, you just want to get your pieces really, really small for your onions, your shallots, and your celery, and your garlic here. And then as I'm sauteing, I'm gonna throw in the rosemary and then the diced apple. I'm gonna throw that in there. First, I'm gonna start off with a little Italian sausage on there, just to give it a little fat in there to help render everything else off. Then I'm gonna add everything in there, add some chicken stock. They say to use water, I'm gonna use chicken stock again. We're just gonna layer this stuff, add a little homemade butter, and I'll do an episode on that, but I make my own homemade butter with 40% fat cream, so I get more of a really, really good European style butter, and I just like that a lot more. And do it yourself. If you have a KitchenAid like that one over there, they're home free, it's easy, it does make a little bit of a mess. So let's get these things sauteing and then show you before we stuff the bird. So yeah, I browned the sausage, put in the garlic, put in the celery, put in the onion and the shallots. Gonna bring that down. It's a lot of water in here. We're gonna bring that down. One good thing we want to do also is we want to add some salt. Again, we're gonna layer this. And I got my little fancy salt here from France. Well, this is gonna be a good one too. And what the salt does, it kind of pulls out all that water and all that moisture out of that onion and the shallots and the garlic. Kind of they are a fruit. Kind of release all that, kind of like you macerate, put sugar on top of fruit or things like that. So this is gonna reduce down. Again, cooking on like a medium to high heat. Okay, as you can see here, I added my chicken stock, added the butter. You can see it's getting really rich and kind of coming to a boil here. I added my rosemary, my apple, and it smells really, really good. Again, you're taking something so simple, like stovetop stuffing, and just taking it to the next level. Came to a boil. I'm gonna then turn off the heat, and that bread is going to absorb all that liquid. And if you need to add more liquid, you can do that, add more butter. Just go with taste, salt and pepper it. We added an onion, shallots, and celery. You don't want to dilute that. Now everything's just coming together now, as you can see. That's good. This is gonna be great. Oh my God, I wish you guys could smell it. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more liquid to this, a little bit more chicken stock. I like to use stock. Stock is more heartier, it's darker, it's more robust, where the broth is just boiling the chicken, taking the chicken water, which is not bad if you want something lighter. But I always like stock, because stock just adds, again, just more flavor than a broth. And like a beef stock, chicken stock, even a vegetable stock. This is looking good. All right, guys, let's make this, let's let this cool, and we'll stuff our bird. Now, we're ready to stuff the bird. Okay, Cornish game hen juice there. We soaked this overnight, we created our brine. We're just gonna pat that dry. It smells really good. Get that nice and dry. Just stuff this bird. Let the stuffing cool down. It's a little bit warm, but it's cold in the house. Some people say don't stuff it too tight. Some people say stuff it really tight. I like stuffing it tight. Why? Because I like stuffing. This is dressing. This is stuffing. That's the difference between stuffing and dressing. Stuffing, hence, goes into the bird because you stuff it. Dressing is because it is outside the bird. It's done separately, probably in the oven and things like that. We're gonna bake this too, this stuffing here. Bring up to more temp, push that in all the way through. All right, then we're gonna truss the bird up too. We just don't want it to fall apart. Now we have a stuffed bird. Now you can go in this side too if you wanted to as well, that's fine. So we trussed the bird, we got it nice and tight. It took me a little bit of a challenge. I just realized I'm not as good as trussing Cornish game hen. However, go to a link, YouTube it, click right here, how to truss a bird, and I'll take you right to the right link. Or just Google it. But anyhow, what you want to do, and the reason why we truss a bird is first to keep it really tight and hold so it cooks evenly all the way around. We do have some fat on the chicken skin. We're gonna pepper it all the way around with some, again, a lot of this is gonna probably come off during the cook all the way around. And what I like to do is I use some of my homemade butter. You need a fat. Some people use olive oil, some people do this. I'm gonna use butter, just put it all over. Kind of put it there. I'm gonna put it inside, if I can, in there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use olive oil. You need some kind of fat around it, just so it browns, just so it crisps all the way around. Forget the butter, the homemade butter sounded really fancy. But before I truss it, I probably should put the butter under the skin. We're going to put the skewer all the way through. You can feel it go through. There you go. Don't be nervous. It's gonna be okay, birdie. Birdie, 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 birdie. What I'm getting nervous is, get that out of the way, move that over, bring that together and make sure that's tight, and voila. We have a bird that is gonna go on the rotisserie. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do after this is I'm gonna use herbs de Provence. So the herbs de Provence, I like this because it's a mix of a bunch of other herbs. It has thyme, basil, marjoram, savory, rosemary, oregano, fennel, lavender, and sage. A little bit of everything. It's a really good herb. Got this on Amazon. It's not that expensive, but just go all the way around the bird. And the stuffing that I used also had the herbs de Provence in the salt. That was a finishing salt. Let's stick these under the skewer here so they don't come out. Here, get really in there. There you go. Now when I spin this, I know it's going to stay on one piece. Okay, so what we got here is we got the Genesis 2 Weber. I like my big whole tank that I have here, so I don't have to keep filling it up over and over again. So we got this. We have a Searwood here. We got the rotisserie going. And there it is, guys. Everything we just did. Again, you have to take off the metal pan. We're going to put the grates on and put it on really low. Just going to put this on and let it go and let it do its thing. We'll check on it from time to time. Okay, everybody, here it is. Here is the Cornish game hen, fully done. I went around and jacked up the heat a little bit more. That bar is really, really hot. And so I can brown that skin. It's looking really, really good. So I'm just gonna take it off and let it rest now. Okay, everybody, we have now pulled the bird off. We let it rest. It's looking really, 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 really good. We're gonna cut off that twine, get all the way around that. Looks nice and warm. Oh, that stuffing is looking amazing. We're gonna suck on that string later. Oh man. Let's cut this thing right down the middle. See how it works. Ah, there it is. Look at that. Beautiful bird. The stuffing is just cooked right. Oh, it is better than out of the pot. Oh my gosh. Rotisserie, get that wing off, cut just nice. Guys, this is a great way to do Thanksgiving. You don't have to waste a lot of food. It's great. You know, all that time you have that leftover turkey. It's great. You have a lot of friends. You know, if you do that, don't waste food. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, this is worth doing. And this is really a great day. This will also be great for game days and everything else. Today we're gonna do the Texas State Championship beans. There has been a long time where I never gave out this recipe and I held it close to my heart, but I believe that when you have good food, it brings people together, and you know what? Who am I to stop that? So this did win Texas State Championship twice.